What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Heroes of Might and Magic 5 Creatures video. Today we obviously have the dungeon faction here with all of their creatures that we're going to be going over, so please do not forget to like and subscribe and let me know down in the comments what you guys think about dungeon and if you love them or not. I've always been a decent fan of dungeon. I like a lot of their creatures. The problem is their creature growth is just so bad that they're just not worth it to me. I mean, look at this, it's terrible. Um, but anyway, let us get started. We have done obviously every single other faction thus far and will continue to do so. We've done all the faction heroes for each town as well. Tier list, dual mode series, custom games, so like and subscribe and check out all the Heroes 5 content. And we'll start with the scout here, just a basic shooter. No melee penalty, which is nice. You know, if somebody pulls up on you, you're not doing less damage, which a lot of shooters actually do have that, where they do have a melee penalty, because obviously the point is to kill them before they get to you. But this one, obviously, it says that you do have a range penalty, which is why it says, you know, range half. But yeah, that is the base scout here. Nothing super fancy, nothing that we really haven't seen before from the other factions. So then we have the assassin here. So the assassin here is still a shooter, no melee penalty again, still has the range penalty of half. But this one does have a poison attack, so any a living creature will receive poison damage on their next 3 turns. So this can definitely be pretty decent. There is obviously a assassin hero as well, which can further buff this, but at the same time, just kind of having some extra damage to spread around is always very nice. Obviously, some people are immune to this, like all Necropolis people being undead, academies, Gargoyle, and Golem. I think that's honestly about it. I'm sure there's obviously some other units here and there that are immune to it as well, but poison everybody. Then we have these stalkers, so please do not be that cheese fucker that just... he does have a poison attack, but he has no range. He's actually a melee character. Don't be the cheese fuckers that go invisible and do stupid shit, okay? Don't do it. Alright, we don't play like that, okay? But you can go invisible, move this guy around, and then come out of invisibility and attack somebody with no retaliation on that. Obviously, they can't see you, so, you know, I'll just go ahead and say it. Obviously, what a lot of people do is go invisible with their stalker instantly, and then just wipe out, you know, crazy amount of people with your hero, because they can't do anything to your stalker. So, don't be a bitch, okay? Just don't do it. Blood Maidens, which is essentially harpies from other games, but Blood Maidens in this one strike and return. So this creature runs all the way across, or wherever they're from, which is always very far. They have very high initiative and movement and speed and everything. So they run, attack you, and then they run back to where they were. So they're not, you know, staying where they attacked you. They're going back to where their turn started. So that is huge. It can definitely, going unchecked, Blood Maidens will rip apart your team. Because they can also move so far that they're going to be able to just attack and return, and you can't do anything about it. You have to go to them. And then this one actually has no enemy retaliation. So the other one will go up and attack you. You can retaliate if your creature had that option, but then they'll still return. This one, the Blood Fury, you cannot retaliate against. So they're going to run up to you, fuck you up, and then run back, and you can't do anything about it. So that is even scarier, and definitely worth the upgrade. And then the Blood Sister here, no enemy retaliation again, strike and return, and then also immune to weakness. So, I mean, it's honestly the same. I mean, 5 and 3, 5 and 4, a little bit more damage, but you have more health. but you're also immune to weakness. So it's very slim differences here of, do you want to, do a little bit more damage or have a little bit more health and be immune to weakness. That would just be my preference right here is the Blood Sister, but I definitely wouldn't be mad with Blood Furies either. There's definitely not a bad side to it for sure. And then we have the Minotaurs here. Minotaurs here with bravery. The creature always has a positive morale, so that can be good. Some people obviously are, some creatures are obviously very affected by morale. You're facing, Necropolis or something like that, where they are constantly doing that, or even sometimes Inferno as well, to where they're messing with your luck and your morale and all that stuff. So, not having to worry about that, to lose damage, to lose bonus strikes and all that other stuff is nice, for just a base stock 3, that's not bad. And then we have the Minotaur Guard, the upgrade here for the double attack. So a creature strikes 2 blows at the target in once. They're going to run up to you and essentially hit you twice, which is awesome. They still have the bravery for positive morale. So being able to double attack is huge. And then we have the Minotaur Taskmaster. This one just has the aura of bravery, so instead of you getting the bravery yourself, you're giving that to friendly units around you, just by +1. I don't really think that that's worth it. I mean, you're not going to be around that many people. Now, this guy's stats are better because that's so bad, honestly. But the double attack is just too good, in my opinion. So you have a tiny bit more attack, more defense, more damage, more hit points, and 1 more initiative. But you don't have a double attack. So that, to me, I like this one better just for that amount of damage he can do. I It's kind of like better unit or better utility. Usually I would choose better unit over utility, but for that one I've always liked that one better. And then we have the Grim Raiders here. So Grim Raiders have insane movement and initiative. They can go so far, but they have the right of charge for each tile they covered during the attack. The target's defense is reduced by 20%, all the way down to 0. So if you move literally as far as you can across the map, you're making your target's defense so very low, which is great to do a massive amount of damage. So Grim Raiders can obviously be insanely good, especially if you choose the Grim Raider hero. They can be so devastating with how much movement they do. So then this one, same thing that we just read about, the more they move, the more their target's defense is reduced. They are large creatures, by the way. But this one has a lizard bite, so it performs an attack against neighboring enemy and inflicts half the damage of its enemy is attacked by an allied creature. So to sum that up better for you, if my Grim Raiders are standing next to a Golem from Academy, and my Minotaurs come over here and attack the Golems, my Grim Raiders are also going to hit them with this Lizard Bite attack. It's basically just an extra little attack if they are by the person that's being attacked by another one of your units. Hopefully that sums it up a little bit better. So if another friendly unit is attacking their unit yet that you're standing by with the Grim Raider, it will essentially help you out and attack them as well. It's not going to be a devastating hit, but it's free damage. So this one has the same thing, Lizard Bite. If it's by somebody, it will help you attack them if you're doing it melee. But this one, and why this one is better, let me actually check the stats. Yeah, it's just better all around. Actually, has a wheeling attack. So on its way to whoever you're choosing to go attack. But this one actually doesn't have the 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 lessening of defense. So anyway, this one on its way to the attack, whoever it's passing by, like let's just say all of the enemy units are in a line and you go from left to right all the way down, it's going to pass by all of these enemy units and deal 25% of its normal damage to them without being attacked. So you're just basically like drive-by shooting these people and then going to attack your actual target. There's not a bad choice. I personally, here's what I'll say. You're going to start the fight basically with Grim Raider Blood Maiden. Because they have so much initiative and speed, they're going to attack first for your team. They just are. And more than likely before many other creatures in the entire game because it's so high. So either way, I would say to start off a fight, these Grim Raiders are definitely the better choice because they're going to move so far and do so much damage to that person because they're receiving less defense because of your movement. But then after that initial hit, pretty much after that, I would say this Brisk Raider is better because you're going to be able to, everybody is in a different spot and moved around. You know, they're not in that line, starting line essentially, or, you know, only like one unit has moved up or something. These Brisk Raiders become way better because everybody's a little, you know, spread out to where you can hit multiple targets on your way to whoever you're actually hitting. So again, definitely not too bad either way. You know, I appreciate that, Sandro. Welcome back. Appreciate you for being here all the time. But yeah, I would say it's kind of yeah, it's basically just preference of whether or not you want to start the fight super hard or you want to absolutely fuck everybody up after the fact. And I don't know why we just cut out of that. It instantly kicked me out. We will come right back in. That was weird. That's actually never happened to me before. Heading up to bed. Well, I hope you have a good night's sleep. Sure, no problem. We are here on a Wednesday, which we usually aren't, but I appreciate you always being here. Don't forget, check out my YouTube if you aren't on there already so you can see a lot of these videos live for you in case you're bored. I'm pretty sure you actually are probably subbed on there, but if not, there you are. So I appreciate you. Then we have the Hydra. So Hydra is a very, very strong tier 5 unit for sure. So no enemy retaliation. They are a large unit, but they do have Enrage, which again is something that we've seen from pretty much every single town has somebody that gets Enrage. So again, if you haven't read about it or I haven't talked about it yet to you, it increases your attack when a friendly unit dies for the rest of combat. So your friend dies, you gain more attack for the rest of the fight because of that. But the Hydras, what makes them great is that they have a 3-headed attack, so they can attack multiple units around them. So definitely makes them very devastating, especially because they honestly have pretty good movement and initiative. Maybe not so much initiative. They don't go super often, but they can definitely move pretty well for a large tier 5 creature that can hit multiple people. And then this one, the Deep Hydra, is my preference of the three. So sorry about that. The Deep Hydra here, no enemy retaliation again, which is so fucking beautiful for any creature, especially a big ass one like this that can hit multiple targets in rage, but then 6-headed attacks. So you're able to hit even more people around you, which again just makes you insane. If you can get the right spot, you're going to do massive amounts of damage, and that's not even including if you have like luck or something to further that. But at the same time, this creature also has regeneration, so this creature restores itself by 30 to 50 hit points each turn. So if you took a little bit of damage or you are taking damage, every single time they get to go, they're healing a little bit. Now, usually for the most part, rarely do I see their numbers actually go up, and obviously it's only going to go up +1. If it does for each time, you know, it can't go up any more than that because they have so many hit points as you see here. But it is nice. I mean, it's free healing. That might be the difference of you know, not losing a Hydra at all, or you know, keeping that number so high that you're doing you know, a little bit of extra damage because of that extra number you have. But then I'm not going to say that the Foul Hydra is worse or bad. You know, there's definitely a place for the Foul Hydra, and I see it for sure. Again, still no enemy retaliation, still get enraged like every other one, still the 6-headed attack, and a large creature again. But this one actually has Acid Blood. So when being attacked, this creature splashes out some acid covering 4 tiles from the direction of the attack and delivering 20% normal damage. So anybody that attacks you takes acid blood damage. And if anybody is near them, I believe it actually does do friendly damage as well. So that's something to watch out for. But you know, if you're getting your 6-headed attacked by a bunch of people and one of them attack you, they're going to take acid blood and make you spew their acid on a bunch of their friends too. So there's a place for it. I personally don't like this one as much, just because this one does heal. That's really the only reason why. Plus, I don't like the possibility of you taking friendly fire damage. That shit's annoying. We'll talk about that in the very last of the creatures video with Stronghold and the Cyclops with the club. That destroyed the dual mode series, I'll tell you that much, for Stronghold anyway. So for tier 6, Shadow Witch, definitely probably one of the worst. I think personally it's the worst tier 6 in the game. Damage half, does okay damage, has okay defense. Her casts are nothing devastating. It's basically just kind of, you know, shit like slow or weakness or suffering, or I don't even remember, but it's nothing, you know, like Druid Lightning Bolt or Mage Fireball or something like that. It's just little personal creature buffs or nerfs. And then the upgraded Shadow Witch, same thing, same with cast. They're not different, but this one does have a Whip Strike. So certain chance that during a melee attack this creature will use one of the following spells in addition with inflicting regular damage: Slow, Weakness, or Frenzy. It doesn't work on undead elements or mechanical units, but to be able to inflict something when you melee attack them is nice, because it's also super good when you get you know, somebody pulls up on you and attacks you and you retaliate and you cause them one of these things. So it's nice. It's a nice little thing to have, especially because you're obviously a ranged unit. So having utility of being able to cast some spells, or at least if you are melee attacking, you know, being able to inflict these spells on that unit as well, which, you know, for the most part, those spells aren't anything crazy, but I mean, it's not bad, it's helpful. So then this Shadow Witch, much like the shit Stalker up here, can also go invisible. So Whip Strike, same exact thing, same 3 spells as well, same shit casts, but then this one can go invisible as well. Enemies can't retaliate when you come out of invisibility and attack them, but I don't like this one, and this one doesn't have any range. They don't shoot either. So this one's a melee one, which honestly I can see it why people might like this one better than the ranged Shadow Witch, just because you'll be able to go invisible, pull up on somebody without them seeing you, and not retaliate to you, and cast one of these 3 spells on them when you attack them. So I can definitely see why people might choose her or like her better than the other Shadow Witch, but um, yeah, I would prefer to have a backline shooter, especially because this team is very get in your face, so I don't need somebody very slow being invisible. You know, you got dragons pulling up on you, blood maidens, grim raiders, minotaurs are going to take a minute to get there, but they eventually will. Hydras have pretty decent movement, so they're usually in the fight relatively quick too. So having essentially just one pretty very mid shooter, I would prefer to have two mid shooters in the back. But then we go to the Black Dragon here, the tier 7. So much like we've seen with the Sylvan Dragon, if you haven't watched that video yet, the Fire Breath can damage multiple units positioned directly behind the unit you're attacking. So if you angle it just right, you're going to hit multiple people, and that is a fantastic thing. And then we have the Black Dragon, immune to magic, just period. Now it is immune to friendly spells as well, so that's something you have to watch out for, but that's honestly not super insane. You know, being immune to magic in general is great, especially for a tier 7. That's going to be very hard to kill a tier 7 without magic. You know, you're forced to attack them with your creatures essentially, or bring them down with your hero very slowly. But still, Fire Breath, again, being able to hit multiple people at the right angle if they are behind them. And then the Red Dragon. So all the same things. Obviously, they're a large creature. They can fly. You see the wings flapping. Still Fire Breath, same thing. And then Incinerate. So this creature can fly up to attack the enemy on an adjacent tile, delivering 50% greater damage and suffering no retaliation. This is, I don't want to say it's hard to explain because it's not, but you just have a chance to be able to do this. So you have a chance to be able to deliver 50% greater damage than you were going to and suffer no retaliation for it. So it's basically, do you want to risk, not necessarily risk, but do you want the potential of doing 50% more damage on an attack, or do you want to be fully immune to magic? That's definitely up to you. You know, you will find what you want. This one does a little bit more damage, the Black Dragon does, and has a little bit more hit points, but one less initiative. So a little bit better stats for the Black Dragon, but if you would rather the potential to do way more damage, then it is the Red Dragon for you. But please do not forget to like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this and it was helpful to you. And we will see you guys in the next creatures video.